Yes, it's time I showed off the best watches I've reviewed in 2023. Let's get into it! Yes, and welcome to the Mad Watch Collector Show. Yes, I've reviewed some amazing watches this year, and these are the cream of the crop. Yeah, we're talking digital watches, mechanical watches, automatics, manual winds. If I only had these 10 watches for the rest of my life, I'd be pretty happy. But before I show you the first watch, I have to tell you about today's sponsor, who are Emma. Bet you didn't see that coming, did you? Now, as you can imagine, the Mad Watch Collector channel gets offered so much in terms of sponsorship and not just watch companies. And when I told the wife that we had an email from a mattress company, she suddenly became quite interested in the channel because recently we had been looking for a new mattress. My back and neck has been giving me a lot of jip lately. Well, I'd heard of Emma Mattress before the email, and they've made a fantastic reputation at giving people amazing sleeps. And me and the wife were pretty eagerly excited to see it. We were given the next gen premium mattress, which is vacuum packed to start with. We were also offered the premium topper, which helps with temperature control, because I do get hot in the summer times, as well as a mattress protector. We have a 4-month-old baby, and him and me have been known to dribble a bit. Well, I've got to admit, after a week sleeping on this thing, I honestly have never felt comfort like it. And right now, if you go on Emma's website, they're doing huge deals on these things. Plus, if you use the code TheMadWatchCollector, you get even more discount. Only available in the UK, US and IE. Thank you so much for Emma for sponsoring this show and for helping me sleep better. Your next challenge is to try and get my baby to sleep. Okay, the first best watch of the year has to go to Christopher Ward, and this watch won a watch Oscar basically, at the GPHG Awards, and it's not a surprise. Ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about the Bel Kanto, a watch that is designed to give you a little ding. The designers and engineers went through such painstaking trouble because they wanted to reveal only certain parts of the movement on the front side of the dial and turn it into like a songbird. Even though this is a watch where you don't really look at the time first, as the dial time is quite small, this is a conversation starter. This is a show-off watch without being too money show-offy. And for anyone that thinks Christopher Ward just make bland generic sports watches, well, the Bel Kanto has surely made a lot of people just turn their heads a little bit and realise there is a lot more to this brand. Big fan of the Bel Kanto. Another watch I really did love when I was reviewing it, which also won a GPHG award for being the best sports watch, is the Cudapagos 39. The closest thing to a Tudor Submariner you are gonna get. This watch is beautifully modern and utilitarian while still pulling in those inspirations from old Tudors. This watch beat the Tuda Black Bay 58 for the best bezel action. The only reason why I would choose the Black Bay 58 over this Pelagos 39 was the fact it's made of titanium, and I just haven't got over the fact that watches can be that light yet, especially when you spend 3 to 4 grand. But if I had endless amounts of money, the Pelagos 39 would definitely be in my collection. This, in my opinion, is the best, cheapest watch you could buy that is just awesome. I'm talking about the Casio W86, a beefier, bigger brother to the F91W, with a sportier look to it, sportier strap, and something else that is very hard to buy in a budget Casio in 2023, that is an electroluminescent screen. If anyone asks me which Casio you'd recommend for under £20, it will always be the W86. This year I got to review it and I was very happy for it. And while we're on the subject of Casio, we gotta talk about the AE1200, another watch I reviewed in 2023, and a watch I have called, and still do, the best value Casio money can buy. Because for around £30, you get 100 meters water resistant, you get a 10-year battery life, you get world time, countdown timer, stopwatch, pretty decent backlight. And if you're into Casio and you haven't bought this one yet either, where have you been? Now, throughout this year, I have been reviewing several Seiko 5s, thanks to a partnership with GShock. They still offer the old Seiko 5s, the ones that are discontinued, but you can still buy brand new at a fantastic price. And where modern day Seiko 5s tend to be a little bit bland, the older Seiko 5s have really got a lot of character to them. And they don't come with much more character than the Landshark. This is definitely one of my favourite Seikos of the year. The case does remind me of an SKX, but a beefed up one. The watch is 200 meters of water resistance, so it is a definite capable diver, and unlike a lot of Seikos, we do have a signed crown. I just love the dial. There's a lot going on, but it's simplified. Handset is cool, numerals are cool, loom is cool. It's just a very cool watch.
Could you just click that like button, please? It really helps the channel. Thank you.
Now the next watch really solidified my thoughts on this brand. One of the best independent watch brands right now. They have incredible attention to detail, very passionate people that make these watches with an amazing community of watch owners. And I'm talking about Zero West. In particular, the DB80. This watch commemorates the 80th anniversary of the Dam Buster raid. Now when you look at a Zero West watch, you know it's a Zero West watch. It has its own character and personality. Beautiful stainless steel billet case with those 8 machined flutes, and we've got those DSL lugs that are very synonymous with Zero West. The dial is inspired by an altimeter that is found in a Lancaster bomber, and if you turn the watch around, this is where it gets even more special, because here we have a piece of ED825, one of the Lancaster bombers that took part in this Dam Buster mission. The team at Zero West took incredible steps to smelt down some of the metal and suspend it at the back of these cases. If you're into British design, British military history, and a watch that already gives you a story before you've even put it on your wrist, get on their website and check out their other awesome watches. Now my watch collection has exploded this year. However, I came to the realization that the Black Bay 58 is the best diver I'm ever gonna have. So if I can't beat it, let's partner it up. And thanks to GShock, I bought myself the Tuda Black Bay 58 Blue. And you know what? Over the last few months, I've decided that I prefer the blue more than that OG. I never thought I'd think that. But as I go on and on in this watch journey, I do feel less of Rolex. The brand's not for me. The Tudor Submariner back in the late 60s was turned blue and given a new exclusive handset to Tudor, the snowflake hands. And this is why I love this blue one. It's a nod to their own history, not just Rolex's. This has the best dive watch dimensions money could buy. And yes, it's not a cheap watch, but it's one I'm never gonna get rid of. I'm very glad it's in the collection. Another watch I'm really glad I reviewed and in the collection is the SRP K171. The 55th anniversary of the first Seiko 5 Sports. Yes, this is not a Seiko 5 that looks like a SKX. This has an exclusive case and exclusive bracelet because it is a reissue of that 1968 watch. And aesthetically, this is right up my alley. And it is very special to me because 1, it's one of a kind. 2, it's a limited edition watch that Seiko haven't charged an arm and a leg for. And 3, it was given to me by Seiko to review and then they gifted it to me. Yes!
Get your watch out.
2 more watches for you, and this one, it's been very hard to have off my wrist. Yes, I'm talking about the DW5040, the GShock Square, celebrating the 40th anniversary of the very first one. This watch has all the premium feel of a GW5000U. You've got the stainless steel case, the screw-in case back, the premium feeling strap and resin, and take a look at that screen. Is that cool or is that cool? Yes, the watch isn't solar powered. It doesn't have atomic timekeeping. It basically has the same functions as the original GShock Square.
But look at it.
I have not seen a better looking square in all my time searching for squares. And yes, this watch was expensive, but for me, worth every penny. This watch is very special to me because this is one of my favourite brands and I love the owner. We are talking about the brand Vertex, and in 2023 this watch has become my favourite in my collection, and it is the Vertex MP45 Heritage Limited Edition. This watch was first commissioned to be made in 1945 for the bomb disposal experts of the British Armed Forces. The only problem for this watch was that World War II had just ended, so there was no need for this watch to be made. Well, a huge thanks to Don, who is a blood relative of the founder. He had the MP45 made, and he didn't just make it to make a quick buck. No, like all Vertex watches, they are made with the utmost respect of the history of Vertex, and each individual component of their watches is basically the best money can buy, or the Swiss can make. You definitely raise your eyebrow if I was to tell the other brands that have their watches made at the same place as Vertex is, I'm just not allowed to. This company is known for their innovative super luminova blocks, which gives an amazing three-dimensional look to the dial. This is a mono pusher chronograph, which means you push it in to go, push it again to stop, and push it thricely to reset. Beautifully decorated in that exhibition case back. And also, I'm going to reveal it today, and now this MP45 was the watch I was wearing when my son was born. A very special moment for me, and such an ultimate memory means it's gonna go nowhere, and it may go to the son when he's 30. Might have to prize it off my wrist though. So there you go, my favourite watches of 2023. I'd love to know what your favourite watch of the year was. I'm certainly not in the market for a watch at the minute, as you'll see very soon at the start of the year when I show off my entire collection. Gonna need to do a bit of culling, but that doesn't stop me being hugely enthusiastic seeing what brands have to offer in 2024. Thank you so much for watching till the end of this show. Click here if you want a bit more of the Mad Watch Collector channel and feel part of a community. Between me and you, that's the place where I give away watches. Look down further in the description and get yourself some merch. You get a personalised thank you from me, you know. But if I got you for a few more minutes, why don't you check this one out? This one is, well, to cut a long story short, it is magnificent. Yes, full of ups and downs, turns and twists. Go on, click it. Click it!